We'll never find out anything.
Well, that's funny. Good transition. We're going to learn about aliens on this program tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
You hear me?
Who's coming on?
We got somebody that was in the room where it happened.
Oh. Wait, he was abducted?
No. Actually, we don't know.
No. Well, he didn't tell me.
No, because if
he didn't say it this morning either. He was in the Congress thing where they talked about the UFO things.
Wait, did you have him set up before you even watched this, or how did this happen?
No. Actually, I guess he's a fan of the show. He's from Green Bay. His people, his PR people, his comms, sorry. His comms people heard us talking about it, and I guess they pitched the idea to him. He said, cool. They reach out to us. Boom. We were like, yeah, definitely want somebody that knows information about aliens on the show. Then we watched the little thing. He went.
He's prepared.
He had him squirming a little. There was a couple of one of these. So I'm like, all right, I think we're going to get good shit out of this. I'm excited for this guy. Seems like fastest congressman, fastest, won the race. He, former Marine. And he seems to be very well researched in the entire, hey, me and Foxy definitely saw a UAP flying outside of our plane.
I mean, I think it's going to be great. Yeah, but did anyone in that whole hearing get any questions answered? Did anything happen?
Let me tell you, and I don't
saw the doorway thing. What about the Mars doorway situation? Did that come out?
That did come out, but I don't believe that was chatted about in the part that we saw. And I don't watch this ever, C-SPAN ever. Turn it on for this, obviously, because I'm super interested in all this. Is it always like that? Like, you know how team meetings are player-only meetings in the NFL are always like, hey, okay, who's the hardest, who's the toughest, who's the most gangster, who came from the worst play? And that's basically what not all of them, but a lot of player meetings turn into that. Say, anybody else have anything to say? Go ahead and speak your mind. Okay, guy that nobody wants to hear speak is now speaking, telling entire testimony. All right.
Yelling at the team, too. Yelling at the whole team.
Yeah, where he came from, what he did, what we don't understand, and all this, and what we need. Okay. All right, thank you. And then that person's done. It's like, all right, player-only meeting. That should have been over like 2 guys ago. Now it's over. Anybody else? I wasn't going to say it, but it's on my heart. All right, go up there.
This is so accurate.
Yeah, all right, here we go. And then it's just sitting there like, here we go. Like the first 3 people we wanted to hear from should be talking. Now we're kind of going through this thing, and everybody's trying to up the bar of who's the toughest. It's a classic player-only meeting. It's basically the blueprint of it. I don't know this shit enough. Everybody was trying to sound smarter than the person before them.
Yeah.
Is that what the way they were phrasing their questions? There's no way they wanted me to understand what the fuck they were saying. It seemed like they were speaking in legalese the entire time. Word salad and vomit just falling out of every person's mouth as they're asking the question. And then the answer, guess what? Oh, that's two-way street of who's smarter than who. Well, contractually, we didn't blah, 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 blah. It was, so I couldn't hear anything. Somebody much smarter than me might have been able to pick up some shit, but it sounded like they were speaking in a different language, AJ.
That makes sense. That's what people tend to do, like when they don't want to give answers, or they could speak for 5 minutes at a time without saying anything. Like that happens a lot, I think, when the people are given answers. Like if you're being questioned in a setting like that, you want to talk as long as you can without saying anything. And I think that's always their goal.
Oh, yeah, Succession. They said the longer you talk, the less time they have to ask their questions and accuse you of stuff. But that wasn't what
you can ask cool questions, though. You got to find a way to jam in your questions like exactly what you're trying to get across.
Yeah, so filibuster is when you just start speaking, right?
Yeah.
They were deflecting a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of can't confirm, not in our department. It's like, well, you guys oversee everything we thought. Like they're like, not in ours. It was like, whoa, what's going on? So it almost felt like they were defensive. I didn't know this was like a trial of the 2 people that are in charge. I thought that was hey, we're spilling information. But it was clearly we don't know what we're all allowed to say, what we're not allowed to say.
I think Big G called him out for it, too.
Mike Gallagher? Yeah. By the way, Big G, I don't know if that's what we're calling him. Big G, though, the guy's coming on the show tomorrow, he, very respectful, by the way, the way he asked his question. Had some word salad in there. I didn't understand a lot of things he was saying, but he was referencing a lot of things that we had known about on the internet for a long time that they clearly did not know about. Like we don't personally know that information or whatever. He's like, well, a pretty big situation. Who would know if you guys don't? Well, we haven't looked into it because nobody of authority has told us to look into it or whatever. And he was like, well, I don't consider myself a person of authority, but I would like us to look into it. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see how it all goes. I texted Gonzo, because that's Gonzo's world. I'm like, Gonzo, will any one of these fuckers just ask, hey, are there aliens in the United States of America? Like, will anybody ask that? And I got a laugh, a pop out of them. But nobody did. Nobody asked that question.
I mean, no matter what they ask in there, I feel like they're not going to get anything. So that's why it'll be fun to have Big G on the show tomorrow. We can ask him these things like, what's it like? How do you sit there and prepare these questions? Like, hey, I have to find a way to be very concise in the short amount of time I have.
I will say, hey, we did not know this guy existed before yesterday.
No.
He wants to come on the show.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, cool. His people want to come on the show. Cool. And then we watch his performance in there. It's like, all right, feel like we got a guy.
Yeah. Crushed.
Is this our new Gonzo? Is this our new Gonzo when we have
So
questions?
we call him. We're going to call him anytime we ever have a question about anything to do with politics or lawmaking or anything.
Hey, just quick, why is this happening? Okay, the amount of times I do that to Gonzo, like, hey, I just read a headline. Why does everybody want you dead right now? Well, Pat, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm gonna go back to sports. I'm excited for that tomorrow.